Hi Virgo, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, what I normally do is let flip, fly, or fall anywhere from 5 to 7 tarot cards. Take a look at that. Are we looking at love, life, career, health, or whatever? And then clarify with various oracle cards. So last time you guys were on the hunt for a unicorn, and that got a lot of showing. So let's see where you guys are at now with that whole search and rescue thing that you're on. Okay, so what's going on with Virgos? 9 of Cups. That is pretty darn close to wish fulfillment. So what else is going on with Virgos? I want that one. Do I want that one? No, I want that one. And that one. What else do I want here? Apparently that one. 5 of Cups. All right, so what do we got here? The Fool in reverse. The Lovers in the upright position. The Ace of Cups in the upright position. The 5 of Cups upright. Let's get, I want 2 more. 10 of Swords in reverse. And that one, apparently, is the Devil card in reverse. All right, let's think about this. 9 of Cups is, I feel like the word that I'm thinking is feeling satisfied. And actually, what kind of started playing in my head was Boston when I was, probably in college or high school. There was a band named Boston out there. Some of you older people will know who Boston is. And they had a song called Feeling Satisfied. And that song started kind of playing in my head. So I feel like that is the theme of this card, feeling satisfied. So at this moment in time, you're feeling pretty satisfied with where things are going. But the Fool came up in reverse. So what is the Fool in reverse about? And the Lovers card, but this doesn't feel like it's lovers, as in this does not feel like it's a romantic relationship type thing. So it feels like you're wanting to do a new beginning on something. But the Fool is in reverse. So, okay, let me think about this. Ace of Cups in upright. All right, let me think about this. Feeling satisfied, but you're not ready to start on a new journey, a new beginning, something's holding you back from starting something. The funny, okay, so the feeling that I'm getting is you are so content with where you're at right now, you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to go back to having sleepless nights, and you're afraid that if you start on this new journey, it's kind of like something's been, okay, so this is, okay. So if you get everything that you want, and you're satisfied where you're at, I feel like you're looking at things of like going, this can't last forever. So you are waiting for things to fall apart. And you're like going, I don't want to mess up the flow, the balance. My relationships are good. My money is good. My this is good. My that is good. I'm sleeping good at night. Everything is like really just kind of perfect. And there's something in like the back of your mind that you're like, but I need to start doing this. And I don't know if it's like, I need to start I need to start putting myself out there to find a relationship. I need to start putting myself out there to look for a new house. I need to start putting myself out there because I'd really like to start another business. Whatever the case is, it's like it feels like there's this little bitty push from behind of, I want to change some stuff up, but there's a part of you that are like going, I am just like so happy where I am at right now. I hate to rock the boat and mess up the flow and mess up the balance and everything, because in the past, and I feel like this comes from something that happened in the past, the last time everything was like really, really copacetic and perfect in your life, you messed it up because you were like, but I can find more, but there's more, and I can do this, and I can do this, and this perfectionist personality inside of you decided to add more, you know, because you're like, I can always have more, I can always do more, I can always do this or whatever, and it knocked you off balance, and then all of a sudden you were like, man, I should have left everything alone because everything was just so perfect the way it was before. That is the feeling that I'm having, is you're struggling with this. I know I can't stay in this I just know things aren't going to be satisfactory for long. And I feel like the reason you know it won't be satisfactory for long is because you have very, very high expectations of yourself. And these high expectations is what pushes you and pushes you and pushes you. So the question is why are you never satisfied with why? Okay, so this is the feeling. It's kind of like, sorry, my nose itches today. Why are you not satisfied with perfection? I mean, that's almost like the feeling that I'm getting. It's like everything is perfect with you right now. Why do you want to go and mess it up? Why is life being perfect not good enough for you? What pushes you and pushes you and pushes you? So let's think about this. I need to figure out what cards I want to use. All right. So, okay. So they said, what emotions are lacking for you? Even though there's a feeling of everything, you are satisfied with everything is good where it's at, but what emotions are lacking for you that makes you go through and mess it up? Hateful. Okay, that's weird. Hostile, vengeful, spiteful. Is that you feeling that way? I feel like that's, okay. So what it feels like, that hateful thing, is other people being jealous of you. And okay, so this is what it feels like. So like the neighbor or other people look at you and think, man, you have got it so good. I am so jealous. I am so envious of you. And for some reason, you cannot just sink into the beauty of everything. And you have to make it look like, well, I don't have everything, everything just doesn't fall in my lap, I have to work on this and da-da-da-da-da. And this feeling of like it's a competition for, okay, there's this competition between who has it worse, well, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning and I work till 9 o'clock at night and I do this and I do this. And it's like, it's this competition of who works the hardest, who has the roughest life. And it's like, you can't just sit back and enjoy and relax the beauty of having things just be nice and perfect. It's like, you have to prove to the rest of the world, well, I'm worthy of this. And I work this, and it's like the self-worth proving that I'm like, I don't know if I'm spitting this out right or not. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't feel like it's coming out right. So let me keep going with the emotions. What emotions are missing or surrounding this thing that makes you not be satisfied with feeling satisfied? Why you can't stay in that feeling satisfied zone for very long? It's like, I feel like you're afraid. I'm like, I'll get complacent. And if I get complacent, then everything will fall apart. Encouraged, heartened, emboldened, and supported. Okay, how does that play in? Let me think about this. So, you like the challenge. What I'm seeing on this is like, this is a bicycle. This is a girl riding a bicycle and her training wheels are coming off. You get satisfaction from the challenge of things. And when complacency sets in and satisfaction sets in and perfection sets in, there's no challenge to your life. And that's what you like. You like the challenge. You like the uphill battle. You like slaying the dragon and conquering the thing and going in and saving people's whatever, saving the day or whatever. So you get a big charge out of that. And if you're just feeling satisfied, it's kind of like you thrive on struggle is what it feels like. I mean, it feels like you're like, I like to have so many swords in the air that when I come home, I drop dead from just pure exhaustion. And you want to bitch and moan about that, but at the same time, you get great satisfaction from overachieving. All right. You're an overachiever. And you feel emboldened, empowered, being over it. Okay. All right. Now I get it. Overachieving and proving to the rest of the world that you are 10 times better than them is your ideal of perfectionism. And if you sit in a place of just feeling satisfied, that feels like you're you're being lazy or something. This came up. Longing. So longing came up in the reverse position. And not being somebody's hero or coming to the rescue and that's how, I feel like that's how you get a lot of your self-worth, is by coming to people's rescue and kind of being the one that has the answers to everything. That's where you get a lot of your satisfaction. But you can't let that, you can't just relax into the perfection of the moment for very long. One, you're not used to being in that space. That's an uncomfortable space for you of just kind of going, I feel like I'm like seeing somebody sitting in a hot tub, relaxing, drinking a glass of champagne, and you can sit there for 5 minutes, but then you're going, okay, I can't sit in here for very long. I can't relax for very long because I've got things I've got to do. And it's like your mind's always going 90 miles an hour. And you have a hard time just enjoying the moment, really. Hard time just enjoying the moment. What else is going on? I feel like that one wants to come out. Powerless. Powerless, paralyzed, ineffective, and weak. Ineffective being the key word on this one. I feel like when you are not saving the world, conquering, and I feel like I'm seeing like someone with a cape on, like a superhero, whatever. And if you are not saving the day and doing 90 things at a time, you feel inefficient. So somewhere along the line, someone put a great burden on you, I feel, by making you feel like you had to be more than everybody else in order to be accepted. Hopeful, optimistic, expectant, full of faith. How does that play in? Okay, so this is an emotion. Let me think about this. I feel like it's just someone planting seeds, and I don't feel like it's the words, but it's the picture. It's just like you are always planting seeds. You are always planting seeds and thinking about your next move and accumulating, and you're just always, you just have a hard time relaxing is the feel of it. It's like sitting still for you is nearly impossible, I have a feeling. Let's get one or two more of these emotions to help me understand what you guys go through that stops, that's too many, that stops you from just being happy and satisfied. Feeling satisfied, but not for long. Feeling satisfied, but only for 5 minutes. Shy, timid, introverted, and reserved. To me, like, this feels like this was you as a child, and maybe as a child you were timid, introverted, and reserved, and you watched. Okay, so let's think about this. If you were that as a child, and it feels like you watched a lot of things go by you, and you're afraid life is going to pass you by without you, like, doing, I'm like, what's the feeling? Like, doing absolutely everything you can. It's almost like the feeling of like going, this is how I'm going to get to heaven. I'm going to get to heaven by being better, bigger, better than everybody else in the world. And if I'm better and bigger and I do more, selfless stuff than everybody else in the world, there's no way I'm not going to get into heaven. I mean, like, that's kind of like the feeling. It's like, you're going to get into heaven, or at least where I come from, you're going to get into heaven. It doesn't have to do with working yourself. Okay, they're both coming out. Unsure, uncertain, doubtful, and not confident. And I feel like that's your going, I am not so sure that I am going to get into heaven just because you say I am. Loving came up, is romantic, passionate, intimate. See, what I feel like I'm feeling there is even when you are having sex, you are not in the moment and your mind is going, you can't even like relax when you're having sex. That's why you just cannot be in the present moment. And that is just like, I'm like, I feel frustrated for you. I'm going to ask blocks. What are blocks? What stops a Virgo from being so not in the moment? Now, that's, nope. They said leave it out. You are scared to death of being an observer. You are scared to death to let life pass you by without doing absolutely everything that you can to be a part of it. Big dreams. Okay. You came into the world with big dreams, and I feel like I can hear you go, I have big dreams, and I cannot make my big dreams happen if I am sitting back relaxing for 15 minutes in the hot tub drinking champagne. That is not how you make big things happen. So here's something for you to think about. If you are a female and you are watching this, feminine energy brings about magic in their life differently than a masculine. So maybe you need to study the difference between how masculine energy gets their stuff done and how a feminine energy pulls in their stuff. Masculine are doers, feminine are bringer-inners, receivers. And know the difference between the two. I feel like I need to say that. Fall. I don't want these two cards. Whoa. What does okay, so something about the harvest. And it doesn't feel like it has anything to do with the fall. It feels like, okay, so what stops you? Okay, well, one, that feels like you're going, you got to make, what is it? You got to make hay while the sun shines. And because you are always planting something, you always have something you have to work on. So this is where I feel like I need to say, if you are trying to do absolutely everything yourself, maybe this is where you need to hire somebody to take some stuff off of your plate. Things that you do not have to do that somebody else could do better than you, so you could have 15 minutes in the hot tub, drinking your champagne, relaxing. Delegate. I feel like that's a delegate. So fine, plant all your seeds, but hire somebody to, bring the harvest in for you instead of you having to do everything. Okay, so I want that one. Mask. Okay, so I feel like that's it's kind of like you pride yourself in making it look like you have got everything under control, when maybe deep down inside, that's really not the case. I feel like inside, maybe you struggle more than what your outside showings look. Do I want those? Do I want those? I want that bottom one. Patience. You struggle with patience. That's one of the reasons why you are such a doer. Is because you're like, I can't just wait for it to happen. I've got to make it happen. And you try to push things maybe faster. This kind of makes, God, I've got cards falling out all over the place. That makes me laugh because I just talked to my Virgo friend last night, Claudine, about, she said she goes, I just don't have patience. And we were talking about a relationship that I'm in. And she's like, I can't believe how much patience you have with him. And she goes, sometimes I get so frustrated by what you say. And I'm like going, well, that was one of the things I had to learn was patience. And it seems like maybe Virgos don't have a lot of patience. I don't know. I don't know a lot of Virgos in my life. She's probably my closest one. Deception card came out. Okay, so how is this playing in? As something that stops you from just relaxing into the, okay, oh, well, I guess the deception card is the feeling that if you just have more, it's going to make you feel safe and it's going to make you happier. But it feels like it's a case of, it's always like, well, when I get there, I'll be happy. When I get there, I'll be happy. When I get there, I'll be happy. And I feel like the universe is trying to say, slow down and relax and be happy with what you have currently. Appreciate what you have currently. And when the other stuff comes in, appreciate that instead of always like looking for your next whatever, job or thrill or whatever. Is just like, be satisfied with where you are and appreciate where you are on your journey right at the moment. You don't have to work so hard, proving that you have got it all together, proving that you're better than everybody else. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but overachievers, for some reason, it feels like when you're an overachiever, you feel like if you can just add this, this degree on, or this, or this, or this, you'll finally feel satisfied. And I think the universe is saying that it's not going to be that way. If you are not satisfied with where you are at now, you are never going to feel satisfied. Okay, I think that's where that was going. Anyway, that's the end of this. I will see you guys middle of May. Talk to you later. Bye.